there's too many people actually around. Burnt phone. What is this? Rumble pie. I'm fine. Here for like a late, short-ish stream. Damn it. There we go. That's fucky. That's fucky too. That's fucky. I was surprised that that one actually went through. I'm supposed to meet with Jonathan today. Yeah. Yeah. We're escaping. We're shooting guards. Okay, there is some DOC. Okay. Yeah, we're doing the exact opposite of that. Wondering how many people are actually listening to the orange rule that was set up. A prospector. Yeah, suddenly everybody in the city is a prospector. How many phones over here? Yeah, let's just join the Vagos. Here's that. Everybody is, I don't know where anybody is. Seems to be a lot of DOC. But I don't really know where the prisoners are, if there are any. Lawyers are now back on the menu. Lawyers are back on the menu, boys. I mean, it's hard to say, really. I mean, he's... I mean, yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, you know, that is... Honestly, he's already kind of fucking... done a lot of things that... What the fuck? Why is his hand like that? Why is this... This suit is bugged as fuck. This suit is fucking... bugged as fuck. I don't know why. I mean, it's... I don't know. It's hard to say, really. I mean, he already made friends with the person who, like, killed his sister. He gave information to Anita in regards to the riot. He... I'm trying to think of... I feel like there was a few... There's been more than what I'm just that. I'm just can't... I'm running a blank at the moment. He's been good to all the DOC. Technically speaking, he broke Fauna of their brainwashing. Not even technically, literally. He broke Fauna of their brainwashing. I mean, despite, no matter what way other people, no matter how other people interpreted him breaking the brainwashing, that was still a good thing that he did. He undid something that the thing is that, I mean, in my opinion, I don't really see how breaking somebody of their enslavement, essentially, is a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's very... Like, there's a lot of people who kind of misrepresented and misunderstood what the actual breaking of the process was. Because there's a lot of people who thought that, you know, he was gonna, like, it was gonna kill her, or kill them, or something. And it's just like, no. I wouldn't have an entire posse of people watching this as it goes down, and possibly even filming it if it was going to kill them, if I knew that it was going to kill them, you know? Might be seen as counterproductive in most circles. I'm debating whether or not I want to call Anita. Like, I was gonna call her, before I ended stream yesterday, but I forgot to. I mean, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it certainly has its, you know, its effect, you know, because you're literally, your head is exploding with, like, refurbished information. So it's a little, it can be a little daunting. It'd certainly be daunting to the mind, but like, it was there was never any danger that it was actually going to kill. What the fuck, Iris? Iris Volver. It's the PED model for a character that I used to know a long time ago. I mean, I guess in a way, yeah. Wait, is that a cop car? And I mean, he turned himself in the first place, you know, first and foremost. So that was already kind of like a... him acknowledging his... his quote-unquote fuck-ups. That being said, like, I'm pretty sure how I want to do this, like, going forward. I've explained it before, but, like, he's not... I'm not gonna play the, oh, I'm reformed now shtick. I'm not gonna do that. Obviously, he's gonna say what he's gonna say. Oh, shit. He's gonna say what he's gonna say at, like, parole hearings and, you know, to certain people and stuff like that. But, like... But, you know, I'm not gonna have the reverse of what it was before. Like, him pretending to be retired and stuff like that. Like, you know, we're not gonna go in the opposite direction, which was, like, pretending to be reformed, you know what I mean? It's gonna be... like... different. Well, not even really different, but just, like... there's not gonna be fucking this whole fucking around playing games. Like, you know, obviously while I'm on parole, like, he'd probably continue to sort of do what he's told and will act the way he's gonna act, and I don't know. telling me he's just become Bray Wyatt? Yeah, he is gonna work at Shrugway. Why the fuck is the scraps wasting these poor jackhammers? These poor innocent jackhammers. What the fuck, dude? But, you know, at the end of the day, he's not going to... he's gonna be okay with everything that he's gone through. He's gonna be okay with everything that he's perpetuated. But he may not, you know, continue doing the same things he was doing before. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I want him to be a little bit more... like, there is some things that, you know, I'm thinking about in my head that, depending on how certain scenarios go, in which he may do some stuff, but, like, everything is still kind of up in the air for the most part, but, like, it's just kind of... like, we're gonna do some different things. Or I'm going to do some different things. I'm gonna stop doing this royal we shit. Falling into the trap of the royal we. I'm only one man, okay? I'm just one man. Got the whole world in my hands. Because everybody here is Kenneth. We were all Mr. Smiley. What's my number? 376. I'm just thinking whether or not I want to call Anita or not, just to finish that loop, but like... But the thing is, I'm not 100% sure what I would even say. Like, I've thought about it a bit, but like, it's just like, See, it's easy for me to just do things in the moment if it feels right and relevant, but like, if I'm not sure about something, I just like get anxious about it and shit. And I don't know what the hell's up with this jumpsuit. I don't know why it's all bugged out. Because look at his fucking hand. He's got a scar on his... He's got a scar on his hand. I think it adds a certain something, but like, it's just not right. It's not right! Doesn't feel like there's any prisoners awake. Like, the names weren't even put on all the cells. It's like they were put on some of the cells, but like... I'm wondering if most people are like taking today off after yesterday. I mean, there's a few, but like for some reason this side was missed, including Smiley's. I like your candy. Well, it depends on how you're emailing. So, if you're asking somebody to get on the server, you can literally just DM them and, you know, ask them. I think we've had this discussion before in, like, the serial killer server. But, like, you can just ask them to get on the server if you want to have a scene with them or whatever, and that's whatever. But the second option, if you're actually trying to do it as, like, Ian, if you're trying to email someone as Ian... Hold on, I need to make sure I'm sitting down. Here, I'll sit down for this. If you want to make sure that you're emailing someone as Ian, like, what you kind of want to do is you sort of want to, like, fucking, essentially, you go to, your Discord DMs, and you put a email emoticon, in front of whatever you're going to say. I typically do, like, so from Bowling Broke, right? for me, from Bolingbroke, I go email from Bolingbroke Penitentiary, subject, yada yada yada. And then I write as Kenneth with quotations around it. So you know that it's Kenneth is talking. Kenneth is speaking. And then, you know, I end it with, like, Kenneth Jesperson or whatever. Mr. Smiley Face Man person. And then, you know, that's how you kind of do an in-character email. But yeah, the emoticon, though, is a, what is it? Just E_mail emoticon. That's basically what it is. Email emoticon. I mean, there's no, like, right or wrong way to do the emails, per se. But I'm just saying that if you want to do it in character, that's the way to kind of do it. I mean, other than that, you could just be like, hey, get on the server, motherfucker. I want to have a scene with you. Or something, you know. Like, try not to give too much information, though, in these emails. Like, these emails, you kind of want to keep it as... The information, I think, probably as small as you can, because you want to save all the interaction for the actual, you know, in-person conversation. You don't want to give too much information. Because, you know, not everybody is keen on email stuff. Because it's just like... Then you start to kind of go into territory of, like, what is it? Well, is this too much information to learn outside of the server? And, like, is this information that I should know? You know what I mean? You kind of go into different kind of territory that it's a little iffy at times. But as long as you kind of keep it mostly at a minimum state with the emails, it's fine. Just don't, like, tell your life story in the email. Don't tell Ian's life story to somebody. And don't, like, reveal really relevant information in an email. Because, again, it's kind of toting that line there, you know. It's interesting because it's just like, I know a lot of, like, government officials and stuff have been becoming a lot more reliant, I think, on emails. Which some do not really like, and some are, you know, some do what they can with it. Eat this pie. The pie is a donut. Donut pie. I mean, I think that, yeah, like that. I think Kenneth would be a little weirded out by that email and be like, okay. Alright. Okay. This guy, you know, this fucking guy. This fucking guy. I mean, honestly, though, when I want to do quote-unquote emails with, like, say, Jonathan, I mostly am just talking kind of out of character to him. I just kind of message him and say, hey, you know, are you going to be around today, or can I talk to you this day? I mean, that's you know, whatever. You know, it really, it's kind of artist's interpretation in terms of getting people to come around if you want to talk to them. But, I mean, a lot of that is because I know Jimmy. I've known Jimmy for fucking essentially my entire time on this server. So, you know. We're sort of past the point of, like, you know, emails. In-character emails, you know. Uncle West. Maybe I should change my name to Uncle West. No more Mr. West, just Uncle West. Like an Uncle West emote or something. I don't know. Fucking the guard took my bricks. I don't got no bricks. Took my bricks and my fake plate. Why is it that the scraps are being so... I don't know. It's being very difficult today. Here's the thing, I don't know if I want to wait too much longer before we start putting in for this parole hearing, because it's just like, you know, I would like to at least attempt to get out of here sooner rather than later. I mean, that would require my lawyer to be present, which I did not see in the app. Though she did say that she doesn't always sign in. Now, granted, my quote-unquote lawyer is actually Kennedy, but, like, Rosa is the kind of wanted to get this session done before I did that, though. Like, I kind of wanted to get this session, at least this session, done before considering doing that. And it's gonna be a minute before we can get the whole thing put together. I mean, it's hard for me to say that it's too soon because we just got sentenced. He was just sentenced like fucking, I don't even know how long ago it was now. Like 2.5 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? And he's already been in here for over 90 years, so you know, I don't know. I did get some updates, though, about, like, speaking of emails, I did get, like, an email from Kennedy that was, like, she was working on finding out the intricacies of the amount of time between each parole hearing. So that's a thing. Still don't have the answer to that yet. But apparently Cross isn't 100% sure himself, it seems like. Or at the very least, Cross, I guess the excuse is that Cross has been kind of busy because of the transition. Because, you know, when you got new judges coming in, you gotta teach them and shit. You gotta teach them and shit. Damn it. I don't like carrying that shit on me for too long after getting it. Gives me bad flashbacks of fucking times where his pockets are like filled to the brim. Jump in this? Oh, I can. Not gonna do that though. try some. Let's check the tires. I'm gonna hit the air with a hammer. You know, it's fine. Hammer time. Okay, now it looks like we might have some prisoners. Is that Bane? Oh. Might just switch over to, like, I don't know. So he is wearing orange. He's not wearing all orange, though. Actually, no, that's not Bane. I don't think. No, that's not Bane.
Kenneth.
Hello.
There's someone from the psych department who wants to speak with you at escape clock.
Okie dokie.
I'm just gonna... Is it okay if I search you before we go?
Alright.
I mean, I'm sure you've been searched a lot recently, but... Okay, all good.
Alrighty.
Plus Kenneth, we got 762 escape.
Compared to yesterday, it feels really quiet in here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were around for everything that went down.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it all?
It's like everybody, too much excitement. Now everybody's just sleeping in.
Yeah. Do much rioting while you had the chance, or not really your thing?
Wait, what's that?
Did you do much rioting while you had the chance, or was it not really your thing?
Not really a thing. He's actually a little earlier than I thought he was going to be.
I need to put a collar on you for.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is this one of those places I need a collar on you for?
No.
Okay, just double checking.
Oh wait, is he not here yet?
Is he here yet? The psych department?
Because they usually wait until he comes in here before they let me in. Yeah, I don't want to do anything out of the ordinary, so I don't want,
Yeah.
I don't want you getting into trouble.
Yeah. It's, I guess it's my first time this type of thing happened, for sure.
Well, you're
I
doing
think
fine.
everyone's just a bit on edge at the moment after what happened, I think, too.
Yeah. It's understandable. I mean, I just woke up to all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the, from everyone here, that's the impression I've been getting. They just woke up and, oh, life is in the prison now, cool.
Yeah, you know. I mean, I did dress up, though, in my regular clothes for a little while, you know, just to fit in, I guess.
Hmm. But now you're back to the, your good old orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, they said we were supposed to wear this for like a week, or at least
Yeah,
some orange.
punishment. Some kind of punishment.
Yeah.
Which I guess is, worse, but some orange.
Yeah. Okay, I see him down there. Was I cleared to go in here, or?
I'm just waiting
Okay.
on,
Because last time he didn't put me in here because you guys were pretty busy at the time, so I wasn't.
I mean, I think you're in a good day because, it's pretty quiet.
Okay.
727, can I have confirmation once we click to go in?
Wondering if there's extra security precautions.
I'm guessing they're just doing the whole usual thing of, searching, making sure. Maybe double.
Yeah, double, triple searching, especially that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, I see,
he's a rebel. That's what he is. Rebel therapist.
They let
Radical.
rebels be. You say radicals? They let radicals be therapists these days.
Yep.
Is that healthy to the people they're treating, or?
I mean, you never know. You can't tell the difference, you know,
Yeah,
between
I guess.
the patient or the therapist these days. You know, it's crazy.
And this guy helps you, or is it? He's just like
No, he helps me. I've known him for a long time. We certainly had our ups and downs, but he's always been there in one form or another.
That's good to have someone reliable.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Stella.
Come again?
Stella.
Stella, okay. Might back up just a little bit. So.
Yeah, I might just close the gate. I don't know if it.
This is just open forever now.
Oh,
There we go.
The keyboard's a little tricky. You have to get it in the
Right.
right spot. I just want to close.
Oh, as soon as you close it, they come walking in.
Send it. It's handful. Just as I close it, guess what I get?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, 10-4. Pretty tough for something like this, or
Good evening.
Hello.
How's it going? Let's move over here a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought yesterday was Wednesday, and so I was coming up to Bolingbrook, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I heard what was going on in that. And
Yeah, yesterday was not a good day to come up here. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, because like I said, I thought yesterday was today, and I was like, then afterwards I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And I was like, okay, just so you know, I have half an hour with you today. I have about 7 other people I need to go see, and
Jesus.
I am exhausted already. So, yeah, so I'm keeping them pretty short today. But yeah.
All right.
First, if you would like to tell me a little bit about yesterday, like what went on, what were maybe you involved with part of it, if anything, or did you
Let's
just
go
go
closer.
off somewhere?
Let's go closer over here. I don't like being in the open like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. What kind of prompted that?
So I'm not really sure what prompted it, but it was
Gut feeling.
I
Ooh, or sorry, I didn't mean gut feeling. I meant when you sit there, you get that weird feeling, and then you turn around and you look, and someone's staring right at you. Is it something kind of like that?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, if you're asking me if I was involved in it, no, I wasn't involved.
At all?
No. I wasn't involved in the actual riot that took place. You see, so there was a riot, like, I don't know, like the day before I woke up to the occupation. See, I was around when the place was occupied. I wasn't around when the place got, taken over.
Oh, okay.
So I missed the action. But
I mean, to be honest, that's probably for the best.
yeah. Yeah, probably is for the best. So, during the occupation, I was just kind of exploring a bit. I mean, the whole place was kind of open. Like, you could essentially walk around everywhere. You could walk around the catwalks. You could walk around the towers. Everything was kind of open. The gate over there was blown off its hinges.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Some mad shit went down in here. And like the infirmary was actually unlocked for a while, which typically is locked without a DOC. And
Yeah, actually, wait, can stop for 1 sec. I'm not sure if I just missed it or if you haven't touched it yet. How were all these doors? How are the doors unlocked?
that's a good question. I'm not really sure.
Did the DOC leave them unlocked, or
They might have. The DOC might have left it unlocked.
Does that
Or maybe,
happen?
I don't know, maybe a prisoner got a hold of some keys. I don't know.
Okay. It is possible.
It is possible, Hey, listen, I could walk up to you right now and I could steal your keys right out of your pocket if I wanted to.
You could.
I'm not going to do that, but, I'm just saying it is a possibility. I would then get shot down, but,
Yeah, it was just like, I'm so bad with names, I can't remember her name, the DOC that walked up here with me. But she was like, because I was like, yeah, talking to skate park, she's like, oh, have you done this before? I'm like, yeah, I've done this quite a few times, with him especially. And she's like, oh, so you trust him? I'm like, well, listen, he is in here for some pretty gnarly things. I trust that he isn't going to do anything because he wants to get out of here on parole. So I'm pretty sure he will not do anything to me.
Here's the thing about that too, is that the occupation ended peacefully, right? And
you know what? I was talking to some DOC yesterday, and they told me that, and I was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "There was no blood." I was like, wait. The negotiation was it someone getting put on their knees and shot in the face? He's like, no. I'm like, did someone get stabbed? No. Did someone get tortured? No. Did someone get skinned? No. I'm like, what is this? 2019? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't happen.
here in Bolingbroke, it apparently does happen. And that's all it took. It was just like Alan Crane came in here, the judge, and essentially was negotiating with them. And speaking of the idea of parole, essentially he put on the table parole, like the idea of parole for a lot of these lifers, at least in the future, because that's something apparently that was being worked on by, I guess, Wrangler. And now some other cop is going to be taking it over named Carter. It's like the extended parole program.
Wait, okay.
Which is like I guess a thing that, Crane was involved in, and they're trying, as part of the negotiations, he basically said that, hey, listen, I can do this. I can make this happen. So essentially, it seems like if all goes well, a lot of these guys, or at least a few of these guys who are in here, might actually see the outside of a prison, outside of prison, who were transfers.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it was surreal. Like, I was there for the meeting. I was kind of observing. Like, the whole time I was basically kind of a watchful, just kind of observing, just kind of gathering intel, just sort of being myself in a lot of ways.
Gathering intel.
Yeah.
What do you mean by gathering intel? Sorry.
Well, are you whispering?
Yes.
Okay, so I made a move. And again, you are I trust you implicitly because you are my therapist. So not just because you're my therapist, but because I just trust you in general. But I may have called Anita and gave her information on the certain goings on here during the occupation, as the police, were prepping probably for their invasion, or quote-unquote invasion.
What was the discussion with her like?
It was actually pretty cordial. It was, very... She goes, a lot of times she goes, hey, Kenneth. Like, she's not, like, upset or annoyed or angry or anything like that. Like, she just kind of... She talks to me like a human being. I mean, it could be a front, but,
It could be, but you know what? It could also not be, maybe.
I mean, you heard what she said at my sentencing hearing. I mean...
It's been a while. I can't remember exactly what she said.
I don't quite remember either, but I know it obviously wasn't nice.
Yeah, I mean, Demi, her, that whole side was kind of, yeah. They were very knife drawing-y.
Part of me, actually, it kind of begs the question, though, that if she's willing to talk to me and be very cordial and nice with me, and, it kind of makes me beg the question about the validity of those entire things. You know what I mean? Like, the whole idea of an impact statement or a sentencing hearing. Because I think at the end of the day, it's about winning, It's about proving without a shadow of a doubt that you are the victor in whatever this fight is. You know what I mean? It's like, I almost feel like they have to say these things, because if they don't, obviously, it lessens the impact, which I guess is the whole point of an impact statement. So I almost
Very
feel
true.
like the whole thing is like a showman. It's all for show, you know?
It's almost like it's one big TV show type thing.
Yeah. Like, I think everybody there is just kind of putting on a face just to kind of push their, you know, what they want. You know what I mean? It's just...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think both sides kind of have that. But, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you and Kieran were probably the only ones who were, like, you know, legit. If that makes any sense.
What about Toby?
Toby is Toby. You know, he's just he's an entirely different ball of wax right there.
Is he still around?
Occasionally, yeah. I've run into him a few times. He's been through a lot this last year, and he's you know, been laying low somewhere in the city. I don't really know where he's been laying low, but he's been laying low, and you know,
I'll bet you grapeseed.
maybe.
That'd be my guess.
Maybe. I kind of wish...
Out of the city.
If I had a way to reach him, you know, I guess I could email him, you know, for you, and maybe you could have a talk with him, if you were interested in that.
Oh. I mean, I don't even know if he'd want to talk to me. I mean, it was his mom that stabbed me, and then the whole... I bet you he probably blames me for all the crap that happened with her and that too, so...
I mean, does he, though?
Maybe.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
feel
sure.
like... I feel like... part of me is wondering if he even would remember something like that, you know? Because you... Listen, the guy that killed his mother, right? The guy that killed his mother, he was actually going to represent him in, like, I don't know, a court case.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and he knew very well. Like, he knew what happened. Like, he knew this was the guy, you know? It wasn't as if he didn't know, but, like, he was just kind of...
Actually, wait a second. Who was the one that killed Chastity?
Some dude with... I don't know. Some dude who, implemented hypnosis on a lot of people. I'm a little hazy on his name, but, you know, I think somebody named Thomas something. It's been a long time.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But, you know, it was, I feel like if you reached out, or if I reached out for you, or whatever, you guys could probably, you know, talk, and I'm sure he would be happy to listen, because here's the thing. He submitted himself to Parsons a long time ago. Like, he willingly went into Parsons because he was having some problems. And I'll tell you this much right now, he's having problems again, but of a different sort. So, I feel like he probably could use a conversation or two.
Okay.
With someone from Pillbox, or Viceroy, or whatever the fuck.
Well, I mean, if he ever does reach out, I would definitely go and have a talk with him.
Right.
How are you doing?
I mean, I'm well. You know, after yesterday, it was interesting. So.
Oh wait, sorry. Let's go back to the conversation with Anita, because we kind of went off.
Yeah.
How was that conversation?
But I mean, overall, like I said, the conversation was cordial and it was nice, and I gave her information. She was listening, and
Did she say anything in return?
I mean, it depends on what you mean by, like, what did she say anything in return? I mean, she thanked me. You know, we had a, you know, it wasn't as if we were having like a discussion about, you know.
Did she offer anything?
No.
Just thanks?
Yeah, mostly just thanks. I mean, they were very quick conversations. They weren't like... And by quick, I mean they were about 5 minutes, 5-6 minute talks, just kind of giving information and just telling her what was going on the inside. And I was thinking about calling her again today just to kind of close that whole loop, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if she would offer me anything over the phone, you know? And I don't know if she would offer me anything in general. I feel like I could probably save a bus full of school children, like a burning bus full of school children, and I still think that at the end of the day, she's probably gonna, you know, say what she's gonna say. But I don't know. I guess that's to be determined.
Any more information on Shrugway?
I haven't talked to Joseph since I initially talked to him, but I mean, it's the deal is that, or the idea though is that I'm supposed to, you know, like, what was it? He said that, you know, when I get out, he would be happy to have me. So I'm guessing as soon as I get out of here, he will probably hire me.
Yeah, maybe try to get something in writing.
Okay.
Because, you know, obviously verbal, it's one thing, but if you can actually show someone that this person has said that and is, like, put it down on paper.
I mean, I might ask him to speak for me at my sentencing hearing.
Oh, okay, yeah, like, okay, that.
Oh, he missed he missed the sentencing hearing. I mean, the parole hearing.
Wait, what?
I asked him to speak for me at the sentencing hearing, but he couldn't make it.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said I missed. I'm like, wait, what?
No,
What did I miss?
no. You were most definitely there, Jonathan. You were most definitely there.
Yeah, I remember feeling all those eyes boring into the back of my skull. Okay, that's good. And how about for some of the people on the outside? Because I'm sure obviously, you'll probably have Ursula speak again.
Yeah. I mean, mostly probably some of the same people. Plus, you know, maybe some DOC.
I mean, you know, smoozing up to the DOC is not a bad idea.
Yeah, you know.
The people that are watching over you 24/7 are saying that you're doing good.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I didn't actually participate in this occupation. You know, I was there, but everybody was there. So it's just like... And like I said, I gave information where I could. Now, granted, I didn't tell anybody that I did that, obviously.
Except that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. I don't even know if I would tell DOC that, if I'm being honest.
Well, with DOC, and to be honest, the thing with secrets, everything is a secret until you tell one person.
True.
As soon as you tell that one person, all the power that you had is gone. That secret is no longer a secret.
Yep.
Thankfully, I'm a Fort Knox, so...
Well, yeah, you're you know... I mean, you do keep your secrets. You do keep the confidentiality. You are a practitioner of that, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? That sounded like a very... I don't know. A little bit of a sarcastic yeah. Yeah.
There's times when I give sessions to sometimes members of the same family, and they're talking about each other, but they don't want to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting there, it's like, so I know all this information on both sides, and I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, I should just say this one thing, and this would settle this whole fucking thing, but I can't. It's just like whenever I talk to anyone that you know. Say if you ask, like, do you know this person? I'd be like, I think I've heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I say that for if I have heard of them or not. I'll usually say the same thing all the time. That way, if someone comes up and be like, hey, are you this person's psychologist? So I'll be like, oh, you know, or do you know this person? I'm like, I think I've heard that name once or twice, like EMS or doctor. Oh, wait, no, like Garber, laborer type thing.
Mhm.
And then like I'll just make it sound like where I could or I might or might not know who that person is.
So let's
'Cause
say
usually-
that you were in the same room with two of your actual patients together. Would you still be like, I'm meeting you for the first time today?
I would never say that,
Mm.
but it would be up. It would be up to them to, well, obviously, if it was that and neither of them knew that I was talking to the other one, and they both came up to say hi to me, I'm sure it'd probably raise some eyebrows right there, and then they would probably catch on really quick,
Mm-hmm.
and then, who knows, maybe I'd have another. Oh yeah, no, I can't even say that. God damn it.
Yeah, you had to stop yourself there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am exhausted today. But yeah, how's the positivity journal going?
I've got a couple entries. I need another notebook, though, unfortunately.
It definitely asked the DOC for that. And was anything from yesterday in there?
Not yet, but I might have an entry about it.
Do you know what the entry would be?
I suppose in my head right now, the thought process is that perhaps humanity is not a total waste of space. Perhaps humanity has an opportunity to be better. Perhaps humanity can surprise us more than you might think. Perhaps even to this day, humanity has, opportunity and can be better and can prove themselves to be better. Because I feel like yesterday was an example of people who you think are lunatics and crazies and just overall fucked up people putting their arms down and surrendering with no bloodshed because they know that if they do this, it'll be better for them than if they went to war.
And just snap and just let loose.
Yeah. Now, ultimately, I guess that remains to be seen whether or not, Crane lives up to his side of the deal. But, the fact that it happened that way was just a sight to see, It was a sight to see, and I didn't quite expect it, I expected that the cops would come in here and basically slaughter everybody. Didn't happen, It was just... It was, there's hope for humanity, and there's hope for everybody, I think.
How did that make you feel about yourself and your chances and everything?
It made me... It made me feel good. It made me feel like perhaps... Because, for me... I tried, even during my... During that whole thing this last year, I would rather try and solve things peacefully than resort to conflict. So I guess in a lot of ways, what I saw was almost like an extension of something that I would do myself. So it's just like, if all of these guys can do this, then I guess I can do this too, I can lay down my arms and, I can choose, I guess, as cheesy as this is, peace over war. And, I can... Maybe I can have a chance, There was something, another point I wanted to make, but I've sort of...
Faded.
Yeah, but I've sort of forgotten it. It was, I think it was also kind of involving yesterday. Actually, I think that probably covered it a little bit, but like it. Like, I'm just trying to think here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wanted to talk about the the point I wanted to make was that the whole parole thing is that it was interesting because it's just like they negotiated for something that I already had, and it was interesting because I was just like, you know, they kind of wanted to have candidates, you know, to come, you know, they wanted to decide on some candidates for people who could go up for this possible parole. And I'm just like, I thought about, you know, offering myself, despite the fact that I already had it. Because, you know, if, you know, I do already have it, so I mean, it kind of would make sense in a lot of ways for me to offer myself. Because it's just like, well, if he can get out of here, we can get out of here too. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's actually interesting that, you know, a lot of these guys, obviously, they don't have it, and yet I got it, and, like, I don't know, it's...
And now we just gotta wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because if time starts clicking by, and there's no movement on this, they're not gonna be happy. They're not gonna be able to come in and negotiate again, because everyone's just gonna think they're just lying.
Yeah, that's the thing, actually, is that, this could happen again, you know? If it happened once, it could happen again. I already heard a lot of these guys talking how, you know, they're just like,
If we could do this once, yeah, we could just do it. We can do it twice. And
Yeah.
you know what? And the thing is the negotiator kind of backed himself into the corner with that. He opened up that door.
That's kind of the whole, the expression, we don't negotiate with terrorists come from. And he kind of
Because as soon as
negotiated with terrorists.
As soon as you do, you are fucked.
Yeah. But, you know, they didn't expect that they would get to that point, because that was like... I think, the first time that has ever happened, you know?
Yeah.
So it was... But, I mean, the fact that it has happened now, you know? The door is open.
And that's going to be a door that's going to be very hard to close.
Yeah.
It has like one of those super huge electromagnetic things holding it against the wall right now. You got to find a way to turn off that power, but good luck, because that power station's like 100 kilometers away.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Before I forget as well, I saw Ursula twat out, so she is around as well right now.
Okay.
Remember
I might give her a ring, but I don't know. I'm probably not gonna stay around for too much longer after I'm done seeing you. But
Oh, never mind. She's just talking about the jeweled dragon stuff. Yeah, you're not going to be staying awake for very long.
No, probably not for too long. You know, it was a pretty exciting day yesterday. You know,
Yeah, just used up a lot of your energy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think most of the guys are actually sleeping in today because it's just like,
Okay. They're just wiped.
yeah, you know.
Okay. We are coming up on the time. Is there anything that you really wanted to discuss in our last couple minutes? Anything that's really kind of
I
sticking
guess
up above everyone else?
It's interesting. I've been having this might be long, maybe not too long, but you know, I've been having kind of a dream.
Okay.
The last, I don't know, few nights. Something that has been somewhat, I guess, eating away at me. And I'll try not to take too much of your time, but like, in this dream, I see something. I see a vision of myself.
Okay.
I see somebody that you know all too well.
Sydney?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I see the guy who held the axe.
Mm-hmm.
I see Scarecrow.
Now, how are you seeing them? Are you seeing them through your own eyes, or are you up above them, or...
I am standing right in front of him, and he's looking at me. I mean, we're not actually on the hill. It's more like we're in a void. Me and Scarecrow, we're in kind of like a void.
Yeah.
And I'm like reaching out to him, right? I'm kind of reaching my hand out to him. And I'm trying to talk to him. I'm trying to speak to him. I'm trying to understand him, but he kind of just looks at me. And I can't really see his expression, obviously, through the mask. But I can tell that he's smirking. He's smiling at me. And then he walks away from me. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to do when I talk to him. I don't know. I feel like it's like... I don't know.
When he is, quote unquote, smirking and walks away, what do you do right when that happens, or right before
I try
that
to chase
happens?
after him.
I mean, right before that happens, before he smirks, what are you doing?
I'm yelling. I'm yelling something.
Okay.
It's like I'm telling him, I think I'm saying something. It's hard for me to kind of remember the details, but like
in general terms, are you telling him to like go away, or telling him that you don't want to do a certain thing anymore? Or...
I think I'm just telling him to stop. I can just make out. I can just remember the word stop.
Okay.
I don't really know exactly where this dream is come from exactly, but it's just like Scarecrow. You may not know this, but Scarecrow represents more than what he did to Sydney. Scarecrow... I'm not going to refer to him as he. He is me. I mean, I am Scarecrow. But, like... Darkwoods, I was known as Scarecrow. That was my name. Before I became Mr. Smiley. And that look, Scarecrow... That was essentially what I dressed up in before I dressed up as Mr. Smiley. It was a means to elicit fear and paranoia into my subjects. And I was very good at it.
Oh yeah, you had quite the large body count.
Yeah.
I'm sure the non-physical torment was probably just as high.
Yeah. I mean, back then, it wasn't so much about the psychological... I mean, yeah, it was definitely psychological, but, like, it was much more quick, you know? I wasn't, I didn't take my time so much back then. I just kind of did it.
Any urges as of late since these dreams have been happening? Like something that you had to physically say no to? Like how you're doing it in your dream?
I haven't had... I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't exactly had that urge, or any quote-unquote urge, since I turned myself in, you know? It's weird, because it's not as if I'm somebody who has urges, per se. I just see something, and then I just, you know, plan, and I just want to do it. You know, it's
and
not...
That hasn't come up since these dreams have been going on?
No, and I mean, the fact remains. I mean, I guess I could say that I wanted to. I wanted to hurt Lily. For the obvious reasons. But then I moved past it. And, you know, honestly, ever since Lily, I really haven't had any thought to hurting anybody. Or at the very least, the situation hasn't come to my attention, which would make me want to hurt somebody. Like, it just hasn't happened, you know? Now, I guess these dreams, I don't know. I don't know if these dreams are, like... I don't know what they mean exactly yet. But it's been kind of a bit on repeat. The last few days. And I'm trying to understand the meaning, but I don't really know where to go, you know, because it's like I said, I don't even remember fully what I said in the dream. I just remember just saying stop.
Yeah.
And him walking away from me, you know?
With a smirk on his face. That you assume is a smirk on his face.
Yeah. And it's just like...
Now, I'm going to make this perfect because I do got to get going. What are you going to do if you do ever have this feeling, or you sit there and you start, like, seeing yourself making a plan? What is one way that you can stop yourself?
Well, I suppose I could write it down. Write everything down.
Go into your positivity journal.
Go into my positivity journal.
I mean, don't write this stuff into your positivity journal, but go into your positivity journal and start reading it.
Okay.
Remember what your goal is and how close you are to that goal.
Okay.
And if you were to go and step back even just a little bit, there's that chance that all that could disappear.
Okay.
So if you ever have that, go into your positive journal, start reading things, and just keep that in mind, like, this is why I'm trying to do this. These things I'll be able to experience these things outside of here.
Right. I mean, do you have any suggestions for my dream? Like, if I had it again?
I'm not a big... I've never really read in much on dreams, but going from that, like, if you go off, like, say, movies or how books and stuff are, usually when someone smirks and then starts walking away, that means one of two things. They already have a plan in motion, or it's like, hey, buds, get ready, it's coming. It's like you yelling stop. It's just like, oh, you want me to stop, do you? Let's see what I can do. Almost like when someone would challenge you.
Yeah. It's so weird, though, because it's just like, I've always been in control of myself. I've always been fully in control of myself, and this is the first time that I've ever really seen myself almost like two people, if that makes any sense.
And I was about to say, maybe this is also him going like, hey, now I'm coming after you.
You trying to tell me that Scarecrow is gonna hit me with a hatchet?
Saying it's a possibility. And I mean, I doubt it'll be a physical thing, but it could be a thing that could definitely probably mess you up. The psyche is a very powerful thing. Something that think about, and I'll put some thought into that as well, and we can discuss it a bit more next time. Next time I'm around, or next time that I come up to meet up with you. Yeah, unfortunately, I do got to get going. Like I said, I got another 7 people.
Okay.
And
yeah.
need to go talk to.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming out. I mean, I'll be around this weekend if you're around.
Okay. You have a few new people I need to talk to this weekend, but yeah, with the time that you're usually around, I should be okay.
Okay.
All right. All right, then I will see you this weekend.
Alrighty.
All right, you take care of yourself, okay?
You as well, Jonathan. I've been thinking about that plug for a few days now. That's something, because I felt like the things were too positive with the therapy. Things were too positive with the therapy. I needed to kind of spice it up a little bit. But you have to ask yourself a question. Is it true?
Just search you real quick before we go back
Okay.
in. Okay, all good.
Oh, that door is, I don't know.
You guys
Having a lot of
gotta
problems.
Oh yeah, you know, this is a good time to show them the bike park too, and how that works.
Oh, okay.
Not open.
I just give us
What
a
the
second
fuck's
to go
this?
through.
Alright. Yeah.
Was this guy in AdSec or the bike park?
Have fun.
Where were you?
The guy's going to AdSec apparently.
I punched the cadet.
Is that Bowman? Is that you, Bowman?
You are correct. What's up, Kenneth?
Not much. Just, got done with a therapy session. Were you around at all during that whole situation?
Allegedly?
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad nobody got hurt.
Yeah, that was, probably the best outcome.
I'm very shocked nobody from PD side or DOC side got trigger happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, when we were all put up against that wall there, I assumed that somebody was gonna give the order, But
Like a firing squad.
yeah,
FO.
they were just gonna take us all out,
When we were rolling in, somebody got on radio and said they are brandishing. That could have ended in a bloodbath on all sides.
Jesus Christ. Of course somebody would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're brandishing as we're all handcuffed.
Putting away with hands up.
Yeah. Brandishing a weapon. Yep.
But that's just PD and communication, right? There was probably a scout somewhere outside of prison that saw one lifer turn around, or maybe even poor Artie, just standing there, and they say, "Hey, I don't see any movement or not enough movement." I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
probably just PD
unfortunate.
wanting to shoot people, you know.
I'm just glad that DOC were the people that rolled in on the ground, so nobody else got close to you guys.
Yeah.
Because then we started to apprehending, but whatever. It could have ended so much worse.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's probably the best outcome that it could have ever been, and I'm just shocked to see it happen that way.
Yeah. I just hope that we fucking get this parole going and actually making progress, so that you guys have something to look forward to. I know you might get out after.
I mean, I'm
But shouldn't
technically
you be
I'm
out
already
soon?
open, so I mean, I didn't want to mention
Yeah.
that out loud to everybody, you know.
I
That
know.
like, oh, I could like this is already something I have.
Yeah, it should have been like 7 days ago, right? You just needed the therapy.
It was the 17th. I don't even know what day it is. But
20. Let me check. 24th.
okay, yeah, something like that. I was waiting a little while because I wasn't sure if I was ready yet. So I've been kind of, you know, that's kind of what that session was all about. You know, I'm trying to get myself kind of ready before I before I push forward with it. Which, by the way, I don't really know. I have to get with my lawyer about it. But like, I mean, I might ask you to maybe speak, possibly, if you were okay with that.
If I can get on the parole board, I will speak highly of you. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay. So would you be on the board, or would you be just speaking for me, like as a person?
I would give you good character testimony, and I would also try to be on the board, because
Is that
if I
possible?
remember correctly, there would be somebody from DUC on the parole board.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong, but that's what I remember from the sentencing.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Also, what is Misha's last name?
Standal.
Stanel?
Yep. Standal.
Okay, because I wanted him to maybe speak as well, because we've had a pretty good rapport going. Also, didn't you? It's been a while now, but I remember you saying you wanted to talk to me about something.
Oh, that's more than a month ago. I remember saying it, but I can't remember what it was about.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry.
must not have been that important then.
At the time, I think it was.
Oh,
I think it was regarding Fauna, but now that she moved on, I don't really. No, I don't think it's the time, but maybe in the future.
Okay.
So, how do you feel after the session? Are you gonna do another one before deciding?
Probably, but I mean, I might get the feelers in motion here, because it's probably gonna be a minute before the whole thing gets put together anyway. So it's just like, if I'm just waiting for sessions to happen, and there's no movement on the hearing at all until, you know, I feel comfortable. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, I almost feel like I need to have movement on the hearing happening while I'm still getting, you know, sessions. Because if I'm not, then it's just like, oh, well, now I'll motion for the hearing, and now I have to wait until the hearing is ready, and it's just like, a bit of a headache, I guess. But,
Well, how fast do you think they can schedule a hearing?
I have no idea. I mean, it's supposed to be what, like a 6-man panel.
I think the judge, your therapist, somebody from DOC, somebody from PD.
And it's just like they have to also put together their list of people. I have to put my list of people, and I mean, it took a minute for the sentencing hearing to be fully scheduled. So it's just like I don't know. Never done this before, so I don't really know the particulars of it.
I didn't even know the parole board was a thing until your sentencing hearing.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing. So
I thought they just threw out the parole and then it was the end of it.
you know.
You too.
Unfortunately, the
42?
sentence was life with parole, so
All right.
you know, if they had
Maybe
just
like-
given me
10, 20 minutes maybe.
90 years, that would have been a
Gotcha.
different
Good
story.
to see you, Stella.
Good to see you too. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation. I just saw your
That's
text
fine.
because I came back.
My text?
Oh,
Or a text?
oh wait. Oh wait, no, it's Boston.
Yeah, yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind. I saw the BO and I saw you, and I think my brain just made the
Pretty much the
connection.
same thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No worries. All right. Yeah. Well. Good seeing you around. Okay.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
worries.
Oh wait, you're talking to her. Sorry.
No, I'm still talking to you.
Talk to me of us is fine. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
No, I didn't know they did parole hearings, but I really hope it works out. I'm not sure how many people. You said 6 people, and you also bring people
Hello.
for it. Hello.
I mean, I think you bring people to speak for you, kind of similar to the sentencing hearing, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but like,
Oh, what's the question?
the question is that is the parole hearing for me going to be exactly the same as the sentencing hearing? Does anybody here know the answer to that question?
Most likely.
I
So-
don't, unfortunately.
Okay, because this is kind of uncharted territory in a lot of ways.
Yeah, parole is the same sort of deal where, you know, you have people to talk, like, on your what is it called? Your,
BF.
yeah, like, yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's it is essentially the same as the sentencing hearing, but like instead of it being at one judge, it's 6 essentially.
And instead of being, hey, it's gonna be in jail, death penalty, or
Yeah.
no parole, it's gonna be, is it fit to rejoin society?
Yeah. And I have to get
Did-
4 out of 6, I think.
Oh, okay. Did you have anything on you during this week's charades?
No. I was
Yeah,
not
you did.
involved. I was not involved.
Didn't you have bricks in your
Oh.
bunk?
I did.
You did.
But that was before the thing. It had nothing to do with the thing, though. I was just collecting them.
Oh, I see.
I had no intention of using them. Listen, that brick pile, you know, it's weird. It's like you look
It
at it
calls to
right.
you.
You look at it right, and you're just like, I found like the golden brick, you know, and then I picked up the golden brick and I just put it in my bunk, and you know, it was...
And left it there to gather dust,
right.
as all objects.
I mean, yeah, as with all collectible items, you know, you put it somewhere and you just leave it there, you know? Isn't that what all collections basically gather dust, you know?
Yeah.
Yup.
Maybe we should invest in like a case or something. Then I can put bricks in there, yes?
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
We just go in my tent real.
That's quite the tent.
Anyway.
Camping trip.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something to think about, you know, like a, I don't know,
Oh yeah.
what's it called? Like an outing,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know,
It'd be interesting, for sure.
somewhere on Cassidy Trail or something. I don't know. But yes, I wasn't actively involved in
I know.
that whole situation. I kind of woke up to the shit, you know. It was pretty intense.
What was the most interesting thing you heard in here? Because I feel like a lot of the lifers and inmates were also ready to shoot, even though they may have realized there's no plan after taking over the prison.
I mean, I suppose the most interesting thing I heard is that one of the people was talking about peace negotiations, and at the time, I'm just like, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And it wound up actually working out pretty well, surprisingly. But I don't know, like, what I will say is that it definitely was, there was a lot of running around and kind of twiddling of thumbs and, you know, maybe kind of like chickens kind of running around without heads a little bit, because I don't think any of them realized, or none of them thought they were going to get that far. You know, like Crane said it himself when he was negotiating that, you know, it's just like, now that this has happened, it's just like, well, what do we do now, you know?
Ask DUC for callers and just walk out.
I mean, that's certainly an option. But, like, I have a question about those collars. And maybe you can't give me the answer. But, like, are there tracking devices on those?
Allegedly.
Okay. I see. Well, you know, got your ducks in a row there. Okay, well, you know, as for, like, you know, just, I don't know, fucking, Jesus Christ, am I the only one awake?
I think Winnie is chilling, or she was chilling over.
Brian.
Where? I
Brian's
didn't see
in
anyone in the...
AdSec right now, so I think
Gotcha.
everyone's taken.
Wait, why is he in AdSec? What happened? Oh, let's talk about it later. Anyway, did you experience the North Yard or outside of Gen Pop, Kenneth?
I did explore a little bit, you know, on the catwalks and stuff like that, because I've never been there before, so I was just kind of, you know, checking things out. One of the guys, this Russian guy, I don't even remember his name, but, like, he was kind of up there at the guard tower. I'm assuming that's where all the planning was done, up at the guard tower. You know, quote-unquote planning. Honestly, I feel like the whole, peace negotiation thing was the only play that they really had. They didn't really have any other moves, because it's just like, you know, PD's gonna come in here and they're gonna start shooting, and then are you just gonna start shooting too? I mean, like, what's the tactical advantage inside of here, you know? Other than maybe hiding in the bushes, which some people were.
Hmm.
You know, there was, like... Also, the infirmary was unlocked for a while. So I'm guessing maybe people could have stationed there. And I mean, there was a few guys who were over in the AdSec area over there, stationing behind walls and stuff like that, just kind of keeping watch. And then there was the guy. There was actually a gates watch too. You know, it was a very interesting. There was a whole system, actually, that was being worked out here by them, you know? But, you know, like, again, I don't think there was much of a strategy, though.
A PD member said it best to me when I talked to him. It was like we were observing ants in an ant farm, sadly.
Basically.
We knew pretty much everywhere where you guys were.
Yeah.
At all times.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
So I'm very happy that we resolved it with no violence. No shooting, no bloodshed.
You know, and I think...
Because for us, it's just like any other riot. Only exception is you ran the prison this time.
Yeah. I think Bane saw that, and he was just like, you know, well, there's...
He realized.
Yeah. I feel like if Crane hadn't shown up, though, it would not have ended well for anybody.
No.
I mean, the general consensus I've gotten from people I've spoken to, they kind of got control of the prison, and then it was kind of like a now what situation.
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. You know, it's just like, well, what do we do now? You know, and the only thing you really could do was negotiate. You know, so that's seemingly what happened. Not seemingly, that's exactly what happened. I mean. You know, I'm just, you know, like you said, you know, I'm hoping that Crane lives up to his side.
I'm curious, if you don't mind me asking, what was the offer given? Because I haven't heard it. Yeah,
What was the what?
the offer that the judge gave them.
So he was talking about basically giving some of those who were in here with life sentences the possibility of parole.
Oh.
Basically, the extended parole program, maybe giving them an opportunity to put together a parole board, much like myself, so they can make a case for getting out of here. And you know, they you know, they bought. I don't want to say they bought it, but they, you know, they accepted those terms, and you know, that seemed to be it. Though, I don't know. Did the mayor ever come in here? Does anybody know that if the mayor ever came in here? Because like it sounded like he wanted to have his own negotiations, even though the negotiations had already happened.
I don't know. We were waiting for 2.5 hours, and so many people talked on the radio. I can't remember what was said.
Mm.
I just know Charles had a meeting with the mayor and the team leads, and the chief of police, and
Jesus.
that was moments before we entered prison.
Huh.
I just think Mickey may have talked to somebody in here. Probably Bane.
Hmm.
Also, how many weapons did we even retrieve?
Oof. Don't know. PD took all the guns, I believe. Because they're not in our evidence locker.
Yeah.
But
Let
I'm
me
gonna
see.
assume at least 20, 25.
Damn.
There was a helicopter that landed in here at some point during the
Yeah, we saw.
yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't really do anything.
Hmm.
I was at the front gate prior to, like 2 hours before the whole breach was about to start. And there were inmates up on the towers. Had I shot, I had been killed, possibly.
Hmm. It's like the helicopter actually landed in front of me, and like there was a dude shouting, "Get in, get in, get in!" And I'm just like, dude, I'm just exploring, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, Crane was talking about, you know, how how guns might have gotten in here, and I'm wondering if that might be, you know, whoever that was, you know, might have been
I
supplying
think
the shit.
people took the liberty and just ramped in here obnoxiously.
Hmm.
And sadly, we couldn't get all documentation of all those people. But
Hmm.
kind of surprised it hasn't been cars laying around here more.
Yeah, there was one car in here that was like blown up.
G-Wagon.
It might have been, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, AdSec, good times. Said
Yep,
no one ever.
Do you miss it?
Fuck no.
I'm kidding.
Fuck no. God damn it.
4 weeks.
Is that how long I was in there?
Yes.
Jesus. I kind of lost count after a while.
Yeah, I kept time.
Huh.
Why are all you numpties on the MDW?
Because I'm doing stuff.
I was
Mid-
checking how much
mid-conversation.
left
Doing
it is.
work. Doing work.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just
Gotcha.
checking a profile.
We should probably head over to him because he's got like 2 months left.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I saw something on Twitter about Marty Banks, and he posted his new picture on the MDW, and it's actually real.
Oh. Is that him?
I guess it's
How are we gonna identify him?
by the haircut, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was just in here. I mean, I guess he is because he was on parole, but...
Interesting.
Hey, real quickly, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Just a
of
little
course.
bit. Not that it really helps that much, but one of the people in one of the helicopter was Dean Watson.
That landed.
Yes. Again, I don't know if it helps you that much, but
And how sure are you?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty confident because I've seen the guy
Got it.
before. I've talked to him before, and I saw a guy matching his description in the, the pilot seat. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm still hurting.
Sadly, I don't think we can do much with it.
yeah, I don't think you
But
can
it's,
either. But I just figured that you should know, just so you have a face to fucking at least
Yeah.
one of those fucking people.
Yeah. I think the rabbit hole goes very deep.
Annoying.
Can
Oh yeah, definitely.
Two Thames come in here and think they own the place.
They bother you guys a lot.
Most of them know their place, but every now and then.
That's mostly just ignore us. So,
Hmm. Yeah, some junkie walked up to me and said I had to assert my dominance. I read that in a book, and then said some random shit and then insulted me. So I had to put him in his place.
Look, it's better than Temps running out of Cell Block 7, running up to you, beating you down, and then robbing you, and then running away.
Yeah. And then there's like a fucking B-Tech riot that never goes anywhere.
hmm
Damn, people do that.
Yeah. I used to do that. And I'm a lifer, so imagine. I used to do that all the time. I'm so happy I don't do that anymore. That was so dumb. I remember one time I beat down Boston just for his phone and went to block 6, waited for PD.
What did you get out of it?
That's like that's the time where I had a 20 times multiplier.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was like 800 months.
yeah, sounds worth it.
Yeah, but I negotiated down to like 30, so.
Did you know being kept in ADSEC is now unlawful imprisonment? According
it?
to a judge.
No, it's not.
You let me call the judge. Which judge?
I don't remember.
Well,
I mean, I can't say that I disagree. Unfortunately, as much as
I'm already in prison.
true,
Correct, but
but
it's,
have you ever been to
apparently-
AdSec for over 20 years?
20 years?
Yes.
I don't think anyone's been in AdSec for over 20 years.
You're talking to him.
You're talking to him.
Really?
Yes.
The fuck? Actually, Bovice got you beat, but
Well, yeah, of course, of course. There's a couple of guys in there who've,
9 months.
been there for probably a long time, but, like...
9 months in AdSec.
That's
Crazy.
nothing.
That's so... That's
The
just...
fuck you mean that's nothing?
9 months.
Okay.
Do the
Let
math,
me
pussy.
let me do the math.
Are you trying to say he spent 270 years?
Well, that's a different story. That's a different story. If that's what you mean by 9 months, then okay, that is different.
He's still counting? Still counting?
401,760 months.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's impressive.
That is a lot, yeah.
So what'd you do to get 20 years in AdSec?
I did a naughty, I guess. I did something that I was told not to do, and, I did it anyway, and... I did it with good intentions. It just wasn't the intentions that PD wanted. So...
Wait, PD put you in AdSec?
No, they didn't put me in AdSec, but I'm just saying that PD didn't want me to do the thing that I was, felt like I had to do, and it's a complicated story,
You can't
and
tell
I'm
me.
not sure I want to get into it right now.
Okay. Did you hurt anybody?
No.
Did you go somewhere you weren't supposed to?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Give me a minute.
I guess just outside of AdSec here.
So you escaped AdSec.
No. No. It was just somebody, there was somebody in AdSec, who I wasn't supposed to talk to, and I talked to them, so...
And that gave you 20 years.
Basically. But like I said, there's a whole explanation, there's a lot of... it's a very complicated thing, it's just like...
Well, I'm very confused right now into why...
Well, confusion is the name of the game.
What's your name? You a lifer?
For all intents and purposes, yes.
Okay. So, you're not a lifer, but you are a lifer because you're never gonna get parole. That kind of deal.
I mean, it's possible that I might not ever get parole, but it is...
Like Mel?
I don't know the particulars of Mel's situation, but,
Well, I guess for Mel, he's on parole. He's got 50 years, and then he has a possibility of parole. But to parole, he needs like a ranger, and like a judge, and someone else to fucking approve it.
mm-hmm.
And the ranger will never approve it since he killed one of their own. So he's
Oh.
basically a lifer.
Okay, well...
That's what I heard of it.
Well, I guess you could say I am in a bit of a similar situation, but not quite. I wasn't given that type of specific mandate, but
Oh.
I think I have a better shot than Mel then in that case.
Oh, nice. What'd you do to get in here in the first place?
Before
Yeah, what's up?
I did it.
Did you break into prison?
Oh, yeah.
I definitely didn't break into prison. I
Alright, I'm
wouldn't
adjourning
have
too.
tried to
Alright, guys.
purposely do something like that.
Hmm?
Have a good day. Have a good day.
Yeah, I'm going 42. Good night.
Good
Yeah.
night. I've killed a lot of people. That's why I'm in here.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that's cool. Depends who you killed, really, but
Well,
If it's government employees, that's all cool.
I mean, I did attack one government employee, so, you know. Actually, I'm trying to think here. A long time ago, I attacked another government employee, so I guess I've attacked 2 that I'm aware of. Technically, so
Who'd you talk to that it got you 20 years in AdSec?
I talked to somebody who, I was supposed to kind of... I may have done a lot of things to this person, and, I wanted to help them get out of the situation that I put them into. But PD wasn't going for it, even though I had the cure to their issues. PD didn't want me to do it. What I needed to do to help them. But, regardless of what they said, I was going to do it anyway. And then, I attempted to do it. I failed the first time. And then I got put into AdSec to separate myself from this person. In which, you know, when when the DOC weren't looking, they came up to the gate, and I was just so happened to be right there where you were standing earlier, and I did the thing I needed to do.
You told them?
I didn't kill them.
You killed them?
I didn't kill them!
Oh, you mean like you told them?
Yes, I told them the thing. The thing that I had to do to help them get out of their situation.
And then they got out of it?
And then they got out of it. They got out of the situation. And, you know, I had to stay in there still, even after I'd done that, for I don't know how long. And, like, over 20 years. Just to kind of keep us separated. And, after I was granted my possibility of parole, I was released from AdSec. And to my knowledge, that individual is now in Parsons, so... I am free to walk about amongst everybody now.
Did you hurt that person, or did you help that person?
I helped them.
Okay.
Like I said, I helped them out of the situation. I mean, I put them into the situation in the first place. But I had the keys to getting them out of the situation. And, I understand I'm being vague, but it's just, I don't really know you. I mean, who are you? What's your name?
I'm a lifer. My name's Brian.
How long have you been
Been
here?
here for like 8 months.
8 months, okay. I don't know if we've seen each other or not.
Probably not. I don't recognize you.
Have you been in your cell for a while?
I've recently undergone plastic surgery. Majorly.
Ah, okay.
That might be it.
I see. So wait, you could have been out here and I wouldn't have even known it.
That's possible.
You know, silence speaks volumes.
Does it?
Yes. Wait, were you involved at all in the situation the other day?
The riot?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. I was one of the original fighters that took over the prison.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Were you a part of that?
No, I woke up during the occupation. So when the peace negotiations were discussed on the at the perimeter out here, that's what I was part of.
Yeah, I was a part of. I started that after the riot ended and we succeeded. I went to sleep, woke up to my bunk getting flipped. And that's it. I had 2 Glocks, gave one to my guy, and I had one for myself, but they're gone. What's your name, by the way?
Kenneth Jesperson.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Kenneth.
Nice to meet you as
As I
well.
Yeah, as I said before, my name's Brian. Very simple.
Okay.
You recognize this is I'm gonna describe myself as I was before. Think of like a brown hat, yellow glasses, blonde hair, sideburns, long blonde hair.
Hmm.
Recognize that person?
Maybe.
Actually, I have a picture of him. I can put him up on the projector
I mean,
in cell block 6. You might recognize him. Sometimes images are better than descriptions. Well, they always are. Then you get to see the details.
hope he doesn't stab me.
You want a cigar, by the way?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got him off of the cop. I already ran their pockets during the riot. Yeah, put this shit up on the projector.
I don't think he looks right with a cigar. He doesn't look right with a cigar at all.
This used to be me. Massive transformation.
Huh. I mean, I feel like I have seen you before, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. I took a selfie with a dead pigeon.
Yeah, it looks, yeah, that's, you know.
I was gonna put hashtag rolled on Twitter, but I decided not to.
Huh. Well, I mean, why the change?
Because I looked horrible. I looked deformed.
Oh, okay.
My nose was like a ramp. My nose was like the off ramp of the freeway. And you know those buses with like the flat front?
Sure.
Yeah, like I looked like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was horrible. So I had to change. I mean, you know what they say: if you want respect, you need to look respectable.
I see. Well,
And now I look very respectable.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you look pretty, you know, I guess clean cut, you know, and
Yeah. I had like the double chin.
oh, damn, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not a double chin, but like you know what I mean, like one on each side.
Right, right, of course.
Because that's a good thing.
I don't know, the way I kind of see it, you know, part of me is like, you know, you gotta own who you are, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you hadn't
Same.
noticed, you know, I've got these massive scars across my face. I mean...
Yeah.
I own it, you know? It's me. It's who I am.
I mean, the thing is, I like went for plastic surgery to look that bad, but like it was kind of done, so I got out of it. Basically, yeah. Anyway, it was like a dare. I said,
Ah,
fuck it.
okay. I see.
Yeah. I kind of, but yeah, I was kind of annoyed of how horrible I looked, so I had to get rid of it.
Understandable.
So yeah, you were there when there was like prisoners and shit, like us with like AKs on hand.
I definitely saw a lot of different guns on, you know, with people.
Did you get a gun of your own?
No.
No.
I wasn't directly involved really with any of it. I mean, I'll be real, you know, I've gotta, it's gotta look, if I was getting involved in that, you know, it would be detrimental to, you know, my possibility, so.
How's your parole going? Like, what are your conditions?
Well, I haven't had a hearing yet, so I mean, after I have the hearing, that's gonna be when that's discussed, but, I have to actually get accepted first, before, and I'm probably not gonna get accepted the first time.
Good luck.
Yeah. It's a 6-person panel.
That's what you got, 6 people?
Yes.
Yeah, Mel only has 3.
Huh. Yeah, but it sounds like he has a person on there that's, not going to...
Ever.
I mean, fucking, that's like fucking bias right there. They shouldn't have somebody who has a fucking bias.
Oh well.
I mean, unless that person
it
doesn't give a
sucks.
shit, you know? I mean,
yeah,
I don't really
he's
know
probably
much
gonna
about the fucking, the Rangers, so, you know.
I think don't they just like fucking protect animals and shit?
Yeah, they do. I mean, I know, the only Ranger that I really know is, Tessa Lamb.
Who dat?
And, you know, she's all about animals and shit.
Oh, okay. That's probably why she's a ranger then.
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder why they're even involved in, like, I don't know, stopping crime.
What crime is there to stop? Don't they just?
I don't know.
Go to parks?
Was Mel, like, I don't know, shooting animals? Was he shooting, like, pigs or something? Dogs?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just know he shot someone high up in the ranks.
Hmm.
I don't know if he shot him or I just know he killed him.
Hmm.
I guess he was supposed to get the death sentence, but he didn't.
It's actually funny because, I was never up for death. It was actually a lot of agreements were made, and, you know, the worst thing I was up for was life with no parole. But at the last second, Cross was putting death on the table just, you know, because he wanted to, because he's a judge and he was flexing his power. He
But
didn't give it to
do
me,
that.
obviously, but...
Yeah. Well, that's good. Dying isn't really fun.
Yeah, so that
It's not
basically judges
enjoyable.
can just decide, you know, to change the recommended sentence at will, I guess.
That's like, what?
Right. It's like the prosecution can make recommendations, but, like, apparently the judge can just, you know, decide.
I recommend this person gets a ticket, judge. Nah, this guy's dying.
Yeah, exactly. You know, kind of makes you wonder, you know, the type of power that the DOJ wields, you know, and
I guess it's a lot.
it's just like, you know, are they going to... How many of them are going to use it for, you know, not so good purposes, you know?
Well, that's why we got voting.
True. But of course,
But-
how long until that gets removed, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. There's like those senator guys, right? So they have like absolute power.
Yeah, they do.
They
can
could
just be like,
change anything
"You know
at any
what?
time.
This guy got the most votes, but I don't like that guy. Let me give it to this guy.
Yeah.
They can, yeah, they have so much power.
You know, at the flick of a wrist, they could just abolish the DOJ and just start running things like I don't know, a city-state or whatever, or just some...
With a nod of a head,
Yeah.
they could fucking change the course of time for and fucking space. Fucking bada boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, really.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, you know, it's It's making a lot of sense, what you're saying. You know, it's making a lot of sense.
Yeah, if the Senate, you know, if we win like a riot again, the Senate, you know, decides, well, it's time to bring in tanks and fucking break down Cell Block 7. They can literally do that, right? It's
Yeah. It's not like
crazy.
anybody could stop them.
Exactly.
I mean, unless you take up arms again and start shooting senators, but I mean...
That sounds like a fucking horrible time. I can only imagine.
Well... If you've ever seen the film Predator, you know, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't even have to blow. Plants and shit can die.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm gonna go. Kind of want to go kill some plants.
I mean, there's a whole garden out there, you know? I mean...
Yeah. No plants in it though, just sand.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I
I
grew
don't
some
even know if
pumpkins
I
like a week
seeds.
ago, so it was, I don't know.
Where do you get the seeds from?
I don't know, Misha had them.
Oh, it's good to see that there's still seeds in circulation.
Yeah, he was trying to make a grade 10 pumpkin, but, no dice.
What do they got? Grade 9?
I think they have grade 9, grade 8, seeds or pumpkins or whatever the fuck
That's
it
pretty
is.
good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
When I used to garden, it was like grade 2 or 3.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's come a long way then.
It has.
Lots
Holy
of
shit.
great breeding, I guess, between those plants.
Yep. Lots of it.
Yeah.
Did you think I was going to sit down?
I didn't know what you were gonna do, actually.
I'm just going onto the roof of the cafeteria.
I'm actually probably going to be going to sleep here shortly, but...
Alright.
But,
Holy shit, a helicopter.
wait, what?
EMS! I want to take a picture.
I wonder where they're going.
I like taking pictures of helicopters. Is that weird?
No. I mean, there's a lot of nice looking things,
Yeah.
that you never get to see, you know, much of if you're being stuck here, so...
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want to see the selfie I took of me in front of a dead pigeon?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Jane killed a pigeon and I took a selfie with it.
Oh my god.
He's like, his neck's broken in like 8 places. I showed it to him.
Yeah, it's wicked.
It's wicked. I used to look ugly when I took that picture. Do you remember me when I was ugly?
I don't.
You do?
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Yeah, I used to be very ugly. I wonder what other lifers are gonna think when they wake up. And they're gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? I have like an entirely different head.
I mean, yeah, you like I don't know, you might as well just be like, you should, honestly, what you should do is you should just like give a fake name or something and be like, oh, my name is, you know, insert name here, and just
Yeah.
pretend that you're someone else.
Yeah. And like try and change my voice a bit too.
And then just like keep that up for
Hi.
a little while.
Hi, my name is Tim.
Oh god.
That's pretty good.
Is it good?
That's pretty good.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's way too much effort. One voice is good enough.
Yep, yeah.
There they go.
Yep.
Damn. You know Dean?
Uh,
Lifer?
no.
Alright, never mind. Huh. Kinda want the other lifers to wake up. I wonder where the, you know, I wonder what the fuck they're dreaming about.
I don't know. Probably, I don't know.
Like, just wake the fuck up.
I imagine they're dreaming about, I don't know, lots of, like, shooting or something. I don't know.
Yeah, lots of shooting. Dream about the good times when we used to.
Or maybe they're thinking
Run
about
the
lambs or something. I don't know.
Lambs?
Yes.
Shooting lambs?
I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I think they might be, I don't know, having, like, I don't know,
Yeah, they're all
thinking
they're
about
all
cults
dreaming
and
about
lambs and such.
Yeah, shooting animals and shit.
Now, Tessa would be extremely upset about that.
Oh well.
Yeah, oh well.
Who even is Tessa? A ranger? Just like a fucking.
Yeah, she is a ranger. I mean, she's, you know... See ya, Kona.
Yeah, I do know.
She's a very interesting, person.
Yo, look at the moon. It looks like that one. It looked like, you know, that clip of like the guy fishing on the moon, sitting down at like the beginning of movies.
Yeah, yes.
It looks like that.
It does kind of look like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of looks like somebody on a bicycle might fly across it as well.
Oh wait. Fuck, I don't know that one. Is that a clip that plays at the beginning of movies too?
I mean, that's like, yes, that is actually a clip that plays in front of movies, but it's like, you ever seen, if you ever seen E.T.?
Like 10 years ago.
Oh, damn. It was a long time ago. Well, E.T., there's like a whole sequence of people flying bikes across the moon. It's a... maybe watch E.T. again or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I might have. I mean...
Or look up anything by Amblin Entertainment, I think. If I'm not mistaken, actually.
You know the company that made the movie? You watch E.T. a lot or what?
No, I just have a kind of a... I don't want to say a vast knowledge, but I have a pretty widespread knowledge of film and television, pop culture type shit. It was kind of drilled into my brain when I was in another prison, actually, which was, kind of weird because, when you're in prison, you don't expect that they're going to show you the newest episode of Friends, but, that's what happened.
Friends is overrated as fuck. I said it.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Listen, I enjoyed it.
Well,
maybe...
Well, I said it. Oh, The Office is the worst show in the world.
I've never seen it, so I can't comment.
It's boring as fuck. Overhyped.
I see.
Literally just coworkers sitting in an office, and there's like jokes every like 20 minutes, but they're like mid as fuck.
I see.
And people say it's the best show in history.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't get boring ass fucking people. I guess I'm gonna be the funniest person in history if I just say mid jokes every 20 minutes.
I mean... I guess some people are into certain types of humor, and, others are into other stuff. I mean, listen, you should probably not watch sitcoms.
Sitcoms are fucking... I mean, I don't know. iCarly, that shit slaps.
iCarly, Willie. Okay, that's
Yeah.
like of all
You
of
ever
them.
watched iCarly?
I am aware of it.
I've watched the whole thing twice.
Okay. Did you watch the new one?
Which one?
There was a whole new series.
Oh, no, I didn't watch that. Yeah, no, I watched it a while back. I don't watch that shit anymore.
I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
I also watched Full House, Fuller House, Drake and Josh, Sam and Cat.
I mean, Drake and Josh
all the-
is you know, that's a special
Unique.
place
That's
for
yeah. That's
everyone,
the
really.
best of the best. I think all the lifers should get together and watch an episode of Drake and Josh.
You know what? Maybe we should. That should be. Yeah. That should be
Oh my god,
a
that is
thing.
an amazing idea.
Watch an episode of Drake and Josh. Sure, you know.
I'd rather that than do a riot.
Yeah. I think. I
You
think
know,
that
get
would
some-
certainly cause world peace in a lot of ways.
Yeah, literally. I'll get some slushies, you know, maybe some popcorn we can bring in. I'll just go to Cell Block 6 and watch Drake and Josh on the projector.
Sounds like a plan.
And like the intro song is the shit slaps. I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way. Found a way. Yeah, I love that song. I also watched Victorious or whatever the fuck.
Sounds like you've watched every Nickelodeon show
yeah,
you could
pretty
think
much. Yep,
of. Mm-hmm.
every single one.
I
I
mean,
watched
does that include
half
the
of-
old school?
Name one. I'll tell you.
All that? You've already failed.
No, I guess
Duh.
I failed.
Keenan and Kel.
No,
God damn it. So you
Another-
started watching this stuff too late. Damn.
guess so. I didn't get to the OG shit. I watched SpongeBob.
I mean,
My favorite
SpongeBob is.
anime.
Listen, that's because SpongeBob is still on. So you know that's the only one that's still on
Is
from
it still on?
a long time ago.
Holy
yes.
shit!
Yeah, SpongeBob is, as far as I know, SpongeBob is still going. After,
Hey,
like, I don't know, 20
20
years?
yeah,
Listen, so is The Simpsons, so
yeah. What fucking what? 37 seasons?
something like that.
Holy shit! That's crazy. That's like the OG
Well, Frasier wasn't
Animated.
Nickelodeon.
sitcom kind of show.
Yes, it
The
is.
Simpsons.
Most definitely.
And then there was Family Guy, and after that, then everyone copied each other.
Yeah, that seems to be the, you know, kind of how it went, you know, the family animated sitcom. Nobody could create animation that was, you know, I don't know, cool. They had to just make Family... I mean, Family Guy's fine, but, like, it's just like,
That's decent.
you know, there's not enough, for every Family Guy or Simpsons or Bob's Burgers, you know, there's one less South Park.
Never watched South Park.
I mean, South Park, that's, you know, at least for a time, that was a pretty big deal. That's still going as well.
Is it?
Yes.
I heard of it multiple times, but never watched it.
I think sometimes it gets a little, you know, it's like we get it sometimes, you know, it's just kind of, sometimes it kind of hits its jokes, pretty hard into the ground, or it's just like, do you get it? And I'm just like, yes, I get it.
Wow.
At least for the
So it's
newer
made
episodes. Maybe not so much the older episodes, but... Then there's Beavis and Butthead. I mean... I'm assuming that that's before your time as well. Some may say that I'm a boomer.
Well, some may say that I'm the one that's too young.
Right.
Everyone here is like fucking old as shit, and then I'm here like, what are you guys talking about?
But wait, how old are you?
Well, like, I'm in my head I'm 19. Young,
Right.
but yeah, I actually don't know how old I am.
You don't
I
know
need my
how
ID.
old you are.
I need my ID. I need to go to like City Hall or something.
Oh, darn. So wait, you don't know how... Wait, do you know how you got here?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to run a drug empire.
Did you take too many drugs?
No. I didn't take the drugs. I distributed them. Manufactured.
Wait, are you fucking Jesse Pinkman?
No, he's sloppy. More like Escobar kind of deal.
Ah.
Yeah.
Actually, I should say Walter White because he didn't take the drugs. He just sold them.
Yeah. Well, fucking whatchamacallit, I used to how do I explain this? We had ships and planes to go like international or intercontinental, and we'd hide the drugs in the frame of like the vehicles, so it was hidden like inside like the actual frame, and we had a team of welders at like the ports and the airports and shit.
Huh.
Yeah, but the reason we could afford that because we sold it at a premium price. Because basically we sold it green, and we sold cocaine. It was green. We said it was pure because you know how cocaine comes from leaves. We used to grind up the leaves and just fucking put it in the cocaine. It would turn green, and we say that it makes it more pure, even though it doesn't. People paid extra, so we could afford to make transportation really safe.
I see.
It worked for a long time, but after that, it failed because of snitches.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. So that's how I ended up here for life.
I guess you could say I kind of had a bit of an empire myself, but in a different kind of way. Not, you know, not the traditional sense when it comes down to making like a drug empire or a gun empire or whatever it is, you know. Like my business was murder, you know. It was a whole lot of murder. You know, have I mentioned murder?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, right. Well, long story short, I created a movement that essentially, I guess you could say, sort of defined this quote-unquote serial killer element of this city. Essentially, it was a network of killers. Some may say a cult. I guess others may say a gang, but with knives. And basically, you know, we kind of ran roughshod for, I don't know, I want to say about like well, technically speaking, more than a year, actually. More like 2.5 years. But like, after the economy crash, you know, I kind of, reorganized a bit and, you know, recalculated and did some new things.
Shit.
Yes. I've been here for some time.
You've been here for a fucking while.
Yes. Believe it or not, most of that time has not been in prison, actually. I've been actually outside these walls for, you know, much longer than I've been in prison. It wasn't until I turned myself in that I actually, got, that I was... I turned myself in. I didn't get caught. A lot of my people got caught. But I was very careful about how I did things. And, in the end, I turned myself in. As everybody else was being super fucking sloppy, I turned myself in, and, I thought I could cut a deal.
But you could.
Yeah, I completely underestimated, the PD. There was a lot of steps I probably could have taken to help myself come up with a good deal before I turned myself in. But I'm a very grandiose individual. I like to create elaborate, I guess you could say, scenes, and I couldn't resist the idea of how I turned myself in. And so I did it in a very matter-of-factly, very particular way that was, at the end of the day, a relatively unorganized way of doing it. But it was the only way that I thought of doing it at the time. And because I did it that way, I've been here for over 90 years now, so you get what you pay for.
No parole hearing yet?
Not yet. I haven't filed for one yet.
No.
I'm intending to soon. But, I'm trying to work on myself. I'm trying to improve myself, because, I need to, I need to show that, I can re-enter society.
Yeah. But, after what you did, I can see in society, but I don't think everyone else will.
Oh, believe me, I know how people will see me. People were already seeing me in a very negative light before I turned myself in. I was aware of everything. It's like, so here's the thing, people knew who I was, they just didn't have the proof to get me. And, there were a lot of people who obviously were actively working against me and my people, and making attempts against my people. Like I said, when I say that we were kind of like a gang with knives, that's not totally inaccurate. Because, it's just one of those things where it's like who Al Capone is, you know what Al Capone has done, but you can't do anything about it because you don't have the proof.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it was. So people knew who I was, and typically speaking, if I were to... I used voice changers. I did things, to ensure that I was, concealed, but people were still able to figure out that it was me. People still knew that it was me. I never really, expected that they wouldn't know that it was me. But again, it was just a matter of proving it, which obviously they did not have. So I guess you could say, in a sense, I threw them a fucking bone.
And they ate it up pretty good.
Yeah, they did. They got me. So it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna fucking let this guy out if we can help it. But thankfully, Cross was on my side, for the most part.
Until he recommended death.
And yeah, he did think about death. He was thinking about death, but he wound up giving me the possibility of parole. So the PD obviously wanted me in here for life, like with no chance of getting out. But that's PD. Of course they're gonna want that, but
of course, yeah, they're just fucking.
But it's just like I was trying to work on a fucking deal for like 2 months, and they kept giving us the runaround. And then eventually they offered the deal again, and it was the same deal, which was basically no deal at all.
The thing is, you didn't have leverage.
I did kind of have leverage, but they didn't give a fuck about the leverage.
What was your leverage?
The leverage was that... Okay, so going back to what I was talking about earlier a little bit, how there was somebody who was in a situation that I put them in, yes? So during my last year, I've, may have implemented certain tactics to make people compliant to me.
Okay.
So...
Like blackmail?
I'm sure they wish it was blackmail.
Oh, so it's bad.
I mean, you gotta think about this for a second. So, technically speaking, I'm a serial killer, yes? So, you have to imagine that a serial killer probably wouldn't be using blackmail or some type of money or whatever to try and hold someone under their power, I guess you could say I was,
Family members?
No. I mean, I saw them all as my family. Like I said, that's where the whole cult thing comes from. But, like,
they're family members. Did you, like, fucking threaten to kill them?
No. I guess the term that is used by people, what do you, when you think about a cult, what do you think cults do to make people compliant?
I don't know. The first thing that comes up when I hear of a cult in my head is the Oregon story.
The what
That's
now?
the first thing the story in Oregon. With the guy who convinced like 20 people to kill themselves.
Oh, is that? I think I might know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
It is. It's very.
I mean, and you might, if you want to go back even further, there's fucking Jonestown. That was a fucking massacre and a half right there.
Yeah, there's a.
Well, I mean, so when you think about a cult, typically speaking, implements certain tactics through manipulation, through words, through brainwashing. Essentially, I implemented certain forms of hypnosis as well as mental and physical torture to make them become compliant. Yeah, I'm kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's a little fucked.
It is a little fucked up, yes. So that person that I was talking about was under my power. They were essentially, quote-unquote, under my spell. And yet, I had the antidote to fix them, to break them of their trance, to break them of their compliance to me.
And that's why you did what you had to do.
Yes.
And then they're free now.
Yes. Well, I mean, they're in Parsons, I think, but, I mean, they're free from me.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not free from health.
No, but at the very least, they're getting the help they need.
Yeah. If that help works.
I mean, so here's the thing. They wanted to put them into Parsons without me releasing them. And if they had gone to Parsons without me releasing them, sure, they could give them as much therapy as they needed to. Maybe they could even go back to some semblance of a normal life. However, at the back of their head, they would still have the itch. They would still have me at the back of their mind. And I could still take control of them again. So it made more sense for me to release them before they went there, because at the very least now they have the possibility of going fully back to a normal life.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Winter Soldier, you know?
Never watched that.
Oh, damn. God damn it. That's recent!
I know.
That's a recent thing!
I don't binge watch everything. I mean...
You never seen a Marvel movie?
Yeah. Couple.
Oh, damn.
Like Iron Man 1.
Oh, damn. That's... Okay, wow. Well...
And Like,
Oh, God, I honestly I feel like you're lucky then that you haven't seen the rest of it because that it's just so monotonous and mundane.
Infinity War and Endgame.
Okay, yeah, those ones are pretty good.
And that's it.
But yes. So my leverage was that, or at least what I thought was leverage, is that hey, listen, you cut me a deal, I'll release those people from my hold. But
Yeah.
PD didn't really give a shit about it, so, they could give two shits about helping people, so, whatever.
What up, Winnie?
Any DOC in the yard lately?
I don't know.
There was a shit ton here earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know
Hey,
whether-
Winnie, I got a great idea.
What's that?
What if all the lifers came together and we watched an episode of Drake and Josh in Cell Block 6?
You're free to try to schedule that.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone would participate.
Be amazing.
Yeah. He agrees.
Yes,
Be
yes,
amazing.
yes. Unfortunately, I
infamous
feel
Drake
like...
Josh.
unfortunately, though, I feel like that would have to be done under very specific circumstances, though.
I mean,
I feel like that might be difficult to do, just for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. What are those reasons?
Just reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of any.
Hmm.
There's a really bitchy DOC named Dimka.
Who?
Yeah, Dimka?
The fuck is that in the sky?
It's a light that hangs down on a little...
A UFO.
Dimk. New DOC?
No, they've been here for forever, but they're real litigious.
Religious?
Litigious. They sue
Litigious.
the shit out of you.
Scare the shit out of me or stew the shit out of me?
Sue.
Sue. Oh, illegal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what litigious means. Yeah, my education ain't the best.
Yeah.
That's okay though. Education's overrated. I can still talk to people. I was still able to run a intercontinental cocaine empire for years. So I mean, education's underrated.
Honestly, you're just gonna pick up what you need as you go,
Yeah.
Just pay attention to things, and as long as you're perceptive, you can understand anything, really.
Yep. I really want Dean to wake up. I gave Dean a Glock, so I'm getting it back as soon as he wakes up. That shit is mine. How long's Dean been around? Like just got out of jumpsuit kind of deal or what?
You mean Dean?
Dean the lifer.
He's not. He's like a. He was in the city.
Oh.
Dean Goldberg?
I don't know. Some guy named Dean. He's got a cell named Dean.
Scarf?
I don't know.
Dean Winchester.
Dean something.
Dean Goldberg is who you're probably thinking of, and he is from out in the city. Got
Oh.
life in prison because he fired an RPG into the PD prom.
Oops.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, so he is not in a jumpsuit sort of situation.
Yeah, no, fuck that. He earned his
Yeah,
clothes.
he was friendly before.
Yeah.
He's like our friend behind us. Is city bred and born.
Mm-hmm.
It's a I've never heard of like people getting life in prison until like recently.
They are all of a sudden way harsher on it.
Yeah, like they're just willingly giving life in prison to people now.
Well, when
mean-
people repeat offend so many
Yeah.
fucking times.
Like if you're gonna like, you know, I'm trying to think of something.
I mean, it depends on the severity of the charge, obviously. I mean, it's just like...
Yeah.
It's,
RPGing
it's-
a PD
Yeah,
prom.
RPGing a pre-PD prom is definitely up there.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Really, you gotta expect retaliation to do something like that. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like you would piss off every branch of the government and the DOJ and the PD and
Yeah.
probably the mayor's office at the same time.
Yeah.
True.
but I mean, if I was in issues, I'd do it. So
Well, then you'll probably... Well, you're already here for life. Never mind.
yeah.
I'll give you life again.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Life.
that means I have to have 2 heart attacks and get resuscitated to be out of prison then,
Yep.
instead of just 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured out a loophole. If I have life in prison, then I can just have a heart attack, die for a couple minutes, get resuscitated, and bada boom, bada bang, I'm a free man.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I mean, why not?
Let him die.
It's
I don't think that's how that works, but, you know...
yeah, it's a loop because it's life in prison, not 2 lives in prison. Technically, it's a different life because this current life would have ended, starting a new life.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna look at it that way. I mean, maybe maybe you could get a lawyer and you can make an argument for that, but you know...
I kind of want to call a lawyer and ask him.
You know, maybe you should do that.
Should I
call a lawyer and ask them?
Let's go. I'm gonna go call a lawyer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I wonder how this is gonna go. They're probably just gonna be annoyed and hang up.
Yeah, probably.
But I'll say it seriously, so it doesn't sound like I'm just wasting their time.
Right.
All right, here goes nothing.
Yeah,
I wonder
yeah.
if there's any lawyers even awake. Oh, there is. C.J. Walker and Bill Mays. Pick a name.
You should call Bill Mays. This could be amazing.
Who, do you know him?
Yeah, I've met him a few times.
Okay. I'm gonna call
He's a
him.
hard-hitting lawyer, you know?
Is he?
Yes.
Is he friendly?
Yeah, so, I mean, he seems friendly, but... He's interesting.
We'll see how this goes.
Of course, he may not answer.
Probably not. If not, CJ is the next call.
Out of character, I know she didn't actually see him. She didn't see him. Well,
No answer.
She was
CJ.
looking behind, and, you know, she was playing it as, you know, she doesn't have eyes in the back of her head, so she didn't see him.
No way they both don't answer.
I don't know. Guess everybody's busy. Even
Guess
though
so.
it says that they're not busy.
Yeah, it says they're available.
Well, wait, are you calling directly through the prison phone line?
Yeah.
So the prison phone line, I think, has been a little weird lately. I feel like it's not going through some of these calls. So you might need to call privately
All right.
if you can get the
Sure thing,
number.
I'll be in my head.
That's not right. What am I doing? I gotta go to bed.
Wait, I'm just gonna go ask DOC if I can borrow their phone for a second.
If they're willing to give it to you.
I mean, I've convinced them before.
Hmm. I don't know if I'm actually gonna call Anita. I think I'll probably just not and say I did. Or maybe I could give her a ring. I don't know. Fuck it. Maybe I will try to give her a ring. No answer. Pretty good. I gotta go to bed. But, you know, I got kind of preoccupied with some RP from this Brian lifer. I had to meet with Jonathan.
Yo. Yep, can't make the call. No DOC.
Oh, darn. Well, wait a minute. There should be... Okay, you should be able to see the number in here.
She says her name.
Like, you should be able... There's a number right next to their name on the lawyer list.
Can you read it out to me while I make the call on this phone?
Okay, let me,
Stupid.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, Bill Mays is, 6283...
Yep.
6409...
Yep.
84.
Hi, Bill. You're a lawyer, right? I'm an inmate at Bolingbroke. I'm a lifer. I have a just a general quick question here. So, since I'm serving a life sentence, right? Is there a chance, right? Say I have a heart attack for like a few minutes, and then I get resuscitated, and then that life is over, and then I have a new life. Am I free? So that's not how that works. Okay. Yeah, I just had... No, never. All right. Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah. Well, you know, I've been here for a while, but yeah, I don't think I'm ever getting out. I'm a transfer. So yeah, that's no. Yeah, I'm fucked. I mean, unless parole happens, but other than that, well,
After
actually,
yesterday, it's more likely.
uh, yeah. Well,
Ah!
anyway, I'm gonna get back to my thing. Well, there's a judge that came down and promised us that it might be something Judge Crane. So yeah, because well, basically, right. There was a big incident where like we took over the prison and like there's a lot of cops who were gonna die and shit, so they negotiated and it went well. Yeah. Anyway, uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that. Anyway, that's well, we'll see. Anyway, you have a good day, sir. Bye. Yeah, he said no.
You should have kept it going. You should have been like, are you really sure of this? Like you should have been like asked. You should have just built onto it more. Just keep building and building. See if he kept going or kept explaining things.
Just to waste his time.
Yes.
Fuck that lawyer.
I actually would have expected maybe he would have, maybe tried to say like, oh yeah, that would work. He seems like the type of guy that would do that, but I guess maybe he wasn't in a good mood today. I don't know.
Guess not. He's like, why? What's going on? Are you a transfer or did you get put in by our justice system? And I told him I was a transfer, and he's like, okay, well then you're fucked. I was like, well, actually. He's like, well, no. It's been tried before, shut down by the Senate. But, I don't know. Got a good feeling about this time.
Well, hopefully you have a...
Maybe I can one day continue my cocaine empire.
Maybe. Or maybe you can behave yourself and never come back here again.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably do that, but what's the fun in that? I gotta make my money. That's the only way I know how to.
I mean,
That's what
I have
grew up doing.
I have Shrugway waiting for me when I get out of here.
Really?
Yes.
What's that?
It's a sub place.
Oh, cool.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm getting a slushy.
Yeah, you do that. Well, in the meantime, I am tired. I need to rest. But
All right.
it's good talking to you.
Talking to you too, man. Have a good night. Or good sleep.
Yes, I will try. I will try. Perhaps we'll see each other again.
Perhaps, probably. I mean, I'm here pretty.
It doesn't look like the DOC are really enforcing the fucking, They're not really enforcing the fucking, all orange shit. Because she's literally walking around in her normal... I mean, if they tell me to switch, then I'll switch, but I'm gonna go to, God, this thing is fidgety. Fidgety? It's like I have to be standing in like a... There, okay. Alright. Yeah, maybe I should take over the Shrugway Empire. and start selling Shrugway illicitly. I don't know how I would do that, but... Alright. That's not what I wanted to do. But, hey, you know, I did it anyway. Alright. Apparently, Twitch is experiencing problems with going live? Interesting. I'm live still, so... As far as I... Yeah, you just talked. So I guess I'm live still. I guess if you're already live, you're grandfathered in. Alright. I'm gonna, okay. Man, I'm fucking... fading. I'll send it to Rainbow B again. Why not? Send it to Rainbow B. Yeah. Yeah, I figured I would kind of spice it up a little bit. And see where it goes. So, yee. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna head out real quick here. Yeah. See y'all later. Peace.